Twój przewodnik po świecie języka angielskiego.
Dzień dobry, witam bardzo serdecznie. Tu Monika Podbielska. W moich podcastach opowiadam Wam historię o języku angielskim oraz historię w języku angielskim. Dzisiaj będzie historia w języku angielskim dotycząca Polski i Polaków. Będą to subiektywne spostrzeżenia dotyczące naszego kraju, które dla nas są zupełnie oczywiste, natomiast są zadziwiające dla osób, które odwiedzają nasz kraj. Spróbujcie zrozumieć tekst i spróbujcie napisać do mnie, jeżeli z czymś się specjalnie zgadzacie albo nie, a może macie jakieś swoje spostrzeżenia. Pobierzcie kartę pracy z tekstem z mojej strony www.monikapodbielska.com. Możecie tam sprawdzić słownictwo, możecie spróbować najpierw wysłuchać tekst, natomiast jeżeli chcecie upewnić się, czy wszystko dobrze właśnie udało Wam się zrozumieć, chcecie sprawdzić słownictwo, gramatykę, wówczas sięgnijcie właśnie do karty pracy i zobaczcie, czy wszystko poprawnie Wam udało się zrozumieć. Możecie też zrobić odwrotnie. Najpierw sprawdzić tekst, a potem go wysłuchać. To zależy od tego, jak czujecie się pewnie ze swoim językiem i jakie też macie potrzeby, co dla Was będzie łatwiejsze. Zapraszam. Poland and Polish people. We are from Poland, but I dare to say that we still do not always realize that we have some features that for other nations are peculiar and surprising. If you were asked by a stranger, what are the Polish people like? What would you say? Would you have something in mind? Well, I'm sure that the first thing would be, well, we are jealous or we are sad. Many foreigners perceive us as being sad and happy straight from the first sight. But not only. Being here for longer also makes them think that we are really sad and depressed all the time. People on the streets do not smile, just wear this unhappy and unemotional face. This opinion may seem strange for us, as we consider it absolutely normal. But visitors immediately notice that as a prevailing feature here. But is that all? Let's proceed to something that is not so obvious, but so typical for Poland. It seems that we are really extremely attached to a solution considered to be quite an obsolete one, mainly the male voiceover in television. Have you noticed that all or the majority of films are dubbed with a male voice? It is called the voiceover. In 1990s, when major changes were supposed to be introduced in the national TV, there were suggestions to dub all the films just like in other European countries. But we were so attached to this male voice reading the script that we strongly opposed it, and so the voiceover remained as part of this surprising feature in our television. For foreign people, it is extremely surprising that all dialogues are read in this emotionless and flat intonation, no matter what. But we love it. In Poland, we typically eat a dish called kanapka. It is really part of our lives and we enjoy it from the very morning till evening. It is a piece of slice of bread with some topping. Normal. But again, foreigners have a problem with this solution, making fun of it even in sitcoms. Sometimes they call it even a half sandwich. If they are not from Scandinavia, where they know this concept, foreigners really find it surprising. A normal sandwich, in their understanding, is a bread roll cut in half, filled with some meat, sauce and vegetables. Another Polish feature is that Polish people are very religious. Much more often than in other countries, we attend church masses and church celebrations. When passing a church, still a lot of people make the sign of a cross. And what about pizza? Italians would be appalled at the very thought that we eat pizza with ketchup or garlic sauce, which we often smother over the top. Also, more often than not, we eat pizza with a fork and knife. Staying with the Italian cuisine, what would appall an Italian is that we love cappuccino, but we love it at any time of the day, also after dinner, and not only as part of breakfast routine. What has already been part of many jokes for some time now is our attachment to windbreaks in beaches. Yeah, sometimes there is cold wind at our Baltic Sea. Yeah, sometimes the wind is really strong. Yeah, the weather at the seaside is changeable, but the rushes to the seaside with windbreaks to hold the best places is really laughable. Now, though, the windbreaks have served a helpful role in keeping distance during the coronavirus pandemics. Poland has beautiful, abundant nature, which we, Poles, often undervalue. It is in stark contrast to the perception of foreign visitors. They are amazed with how much nature we have. That is so wild. They appreciate our seaside mountains and the lake region. In the remaining areas, there is plenty of land with wild nature and forests, untouched by human hand. We have a lot of national parks, and amazingly many wild animals living freely. It is really worth remembering about it. Talking about our land, we need to mention also that a lot of visitors to Poland can't believe how much it was destroyed during the Second World War. I had many visitors from countries like Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Singapore, and the biggest surprise was when I was telling them about our history, destruction of our land, Warsaw Uprising, situation during communism times. Some of them were saying that it's not true what I'm saying. Some of them were saying that I was lying, for example, about the Warsaw Uprising 1944, about the murders of so many people and about the total destruction and leveling of the city. The Polish language seems so complicated. Well, let's face it, it is difficult. The pronunciation is extremely challenging. The clusters of letters are shocking. How to pronounce them? I was frequently told that for a foreigner we sound as if we were quarreling all the time. But we have to admit it. Our language is difficult and ranks to be number 1 or 2, the most difficult languages in the world, together with Chinese. What seems to be surprising but quite normal in Poland, when you enter a Polish home, usually people remove their shoes at the door. More often than not, as a guest, you are also offered a pair of used slippers to wear inside. Some Polish people also bring their own slippers to wear them during some visits. We have a song in Poland, 100 Years, which may be translated as Happy Birthday Song. Okay, it is translated as 100 years, but originally was supposed to be a birthday song. What seems to be surprising is that we tend to sing this song at absolutely every occasion. At names days, at school celebrations, weddings, at promotions, as saying thank you. It is absolutely natural for us. But when a foreigner asks, what is this song, gets amazed that here it is absolutely sung at every occasion. Polish children enjoy having tons of uncles and aunts. People close to families, friends of parents, teachers in kindergartens, all tend to be called aunt and uncle. Isn't it funny? But maybe that is because in the Polish language, all people, older and unrelated, are called Mr. and Madam. So this solution shortens the distance. And do you know what is an indispensable show at Christmas? Home Alone, translated in Poland as Kevin Alone at Home. One year, when TV channels didn't broadcast this movie, thousands of people protested. Since then, Home Alone has been part of Christmas tradition, just like Christmas Eve supper, Christmas dinner and presents. And if you were ever invited to Christmas celebrations at home, don't be surprised at an extremely big family party with everyone smartly dressed and enjoying a wide selection of dishes. Czy zgadzacie się z tymi spostrzeżeniami dotyczącymi Polski i Polaków? Piszcie do mnie śmiało, jeżeli macie swoje inne sugestie. Pamiętajcie o pobraniu karty pracy ze strony www.monikapodbielska.com. Subskrybujcie mój podcast, polecajcie znajomym. Będę za to bardzo wdzięczna i kochani, do usłyszenia następnym razem. Pozdrawiam, Monika Podbielska.